This is CBS.
One of the feelings people feel before they get into treatment is a loneliness or a sense of feeling alienated. And that phone call connects them to another human being. So oftentimes when people are in trouble, they have to make tough decisions. What's exciting is you can be successful, that you can overcome your personal problems, and that you can lead a fuller life, and that life can have more meaning for you.
Norwood Hospital and Counseling Centers. We're here for you.
Planning a family project this weekend? Get hip to the Square.
Builder's Square is the stop that gets your project going. Painting the house. Building a backyard playground. Landscaping. Any spruce up or fix up at all. This weekend, you've got the time, and Builder's Square has everything else at great square deal prices. Builder's Square.
We'll get you squared away.
If you only do one thing this holiday weekend, get to Fredder's huge Memorial Day sale, because now through Monday only, you'll save big on top brand name TVs, stereos, appliances, camcorders, computers, and more. Get GE refrigerators from $2.99, Sony camcorders from $4.97. Get a free bag, battery, and videotapes, plus free delivery on big screen TVs, and free delivery on side-by-side refrigerators. But you must hurry. Fredder's huge Memorial Day sale ends Monday, 6 p.m. Fredder's, good people, great prices.
So what can you really do to keep thieves from stealing your car? We'll tell you at 11.
Tonight on 48 Hours.
This job was his life.
The frustration kept building. Ever get angry at your boss? Angry enough to kill?
1 minute you're calm, and the next minute just...
He pulled the trigger.
I had so much hate built up in me.
But says he's the victim.
He said it was because we fired him. I wrote his name in my blood. I just kept thinking, he can't get away with this. He just can't.
A survivor who can't forget.
People had been under a lot more stress than he was.
He was looking for 3 bosses and shot them dead in the parking lot.
Or forgive.
The death sentence would be just, and I was hoping that the court would feel the same.
That's where Mike was killed.
And the boss's wife.
We have a gun with us. It's loaded.
Her husband's killer is now after her.
I could use it if I need to.
No hesitation.
None whatsoever.
He shot 2 co-workers to death.
America's new killing field.
Work's supposed to be safe, not to come to work to die.
Terror on the job.
I just kept saying, please God, don't let him kill me.
For many Americans, the safest place outside the home has been the workplace, but no more. Increasingly, workers are attacking their colleagues on the job. If you think it couldn't happen where you work, consider this. Just last month, during a 7-day period, 3 attacks. Near Memphis, a Federal Express pilot facing a possible firing is charged with attacking his crew with a hammer and a spear gun. In Chicago, police say an executive, arguing over paperwork, stabbed his boss. And at a plant in North Carolina, employees arrived at work to find horror unfolding before their eyes.
Well, we were told there was a guy in the building, he was shooting people. I saw 6 or 7 people running in all directions, some hitting the floor.
April 13th, outside Raleigh.
All I know was that I just thought that this man was going to shoot everybody.
A gunman showed up at his former workplace, hunting his former co-workers.
I heard the first shot, and I never looked back. I just ran.
This time, it was 38-year-old Ladislav Antelik.
The way he come in there shooting, just like a crazy man.
He'd resigned from his job as a technician at the Sumitomo Corporation's plant that makes fiber optic cable.
Basically a disgruntled employee.
But he came back and went on a shooting spree. It was a textbook case of violence in the workplace.
People really want to do something. There's no way to really stop them.
Captain Mike Andrews of the Durham Sheriff's Department.
What he did that morning is that he entered at the front entrance at Building A, parking a visitor's parking lot, and then walked across the campus, entering Building C. This is the Glock 9mm, which he used in the incident.
By the time it was over, Antalik had killed 2 workers, wounded 2 more, and finally killed himself.
The night of the incident, we did a search warrant on Antalik's residence.
The police took all the evidence they needed out of Ladislav Antalik's apartment after the shooting. But there are still some clues here that point to the kind of man Antalik had become. Shortly before the shooting, Antalik had taken out of the local library a tortured work by Friedrich Nietzsche. The book was stamped due April 27th, 2 weeks after the shooting. And next to that date, on the return card, Antalik wrote, "I'll be dead."
Yeah, I miss him. He was the friend and the helper.
Jim Matt met Antalik in 1988, 1 year after Antalik came to North Carolina from what used to be Czechoslovakia.
He talked a lot about his work. He liked this job. He made suggestions for improvement in the quality of the product, and he enjoyed doing that work. He said he enjoyed doing the work.
He was working at a good company, making decent salary. He was making...
This woman dated Antalik for more than a year.
He was a fun person to be with.
We've agreed to protect her identity.
It seemed like everything was going pretty good for him.
But other friends, like Dennis Lee, noticed something different.
He thought of, like, people in this country, they hate foreigners. And he said, "You don't know about this. They hate me."
There were also signs that Antalik was having problems with his co-workers.
He told me he was having trouble.
He mentioned the female co-workers. Ms. Jones, he would talk about.
They just couldn't get along for some reason or another.
Anthony Jones's wife, Flora, was one of the 2 people Antalik killed. She was 32.
Do you think he went there to shoot Flora, to shoot your wife? I'm sure he went there to shoot Flora and a couple more other people.
But almost a year before the shooting, Antalik asked the company to take him off Flora Jones's shift.
There are certain requirements and qualifications for you to be able to change the shift.
Basant Tarial is an executive at the plant.
So normally you don't act on that request that easily.
But the management would not change Antalik's shift.
He was unhappy with some of his coworkers, but normally you think of that as a routine, right?
Antalik apparently did not consider it routine.
I suggested to him that he not leave until he had a new job. But he quit anyhow. And that was that.
But that wasn't that. After quitting, Antalik went back to the plant the next working day and wanted his job back.
He said that he wanted to work.
Even after he had resigned.
Right, and other people apparently